What's up, guys? I hope you're all enjoying your weekend. Today, I'm back with yet another interesting XRP news update. And I must say, this one is quite exciting. You don't want to miss out. So be sure to stick around to the end for all the juicy details. In the highlights today, we can see that the SEC has filed a response to Ripple's motion to compel the SEC to turn over the internal Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP documents that Judge Netburn has already twice told them to turn over. Well. As I said, today we have some exciting stuff happening, so before we get into all the nitty-gritty, let's roll that intro. As always, we welcome you back to Moneyside, your favorite crypto news channel. If you are new here, welcome to the XRP fam. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our daily crypto news updates. Now back to today's headlines. We can see in a tweet from Finland Law that XRP community, SEC news versus Ripple XRP, the SEC has filed its response to Ripple's motion to compel the SEC to turn over the internal Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP documents that Judge Netburn has already twice told them to turn over. I can tell you for a fact, guys, the judge must be frustrated or mad by this point. The delays from the SEC are just a little too much. There is no way that she has asked for those documents time and again, and the SEC has continually turned a blind eye. Looking at another tweet from Learzite, it says, the reason the SEC can't destroy or manipulate the documents on Bitcoin and Ethereum is because some former SEC executives are now on the defense at Ripple. Even though they are bound by official secrecy, they know whether the documents they receive are complete and accurate. This entire SEC lawsuit is quite interesting, to say the least. XRP Twin says the SEC is playing a losing game. It doesn't matter whether they hand over the Bitcoin Ethereum documents or not. Remember, ex-SEC employees work for Ripple. They already know. A sitting duck game. No documents will be shared or need to be shared. Again, guys, as we keep on saying, what is happening here is literally the delay game. The SEC is just stalling as much as possible. It begs the question, why are they doing this? I'll tell you why. They want the conclusion of the case and the settlement to happen on a specific date. Far from that, we can see that Ripple has a new attorney coming in to defend Brad Garlinghouse in court. We can see that from a tweet by Ant15969495 that says, Ripple welcomes new attorney to defend Brad Garlinghouse in court. I want us to check out this tweet from FinLaw, where he shares the following. Attorney Nicole Tatz appeared in the case on behalf of Brad Garlinghouse. Welcome to Team Ripple. Attorney Tatz's background can be found here, as you can all see from the image. And now another tweet by XRP is our future that says, Ripple's new lawyer. XRP versus SEC coincidence? Below he shares a picture showing that the new Ripple attorney was a student attorney for 5 months, from January 2016 to May 2016. In the portfolio, it says, I represented clients seeking civil protection orders, drafted petitions for CPOs, and represented clients in TPO and CPO hearings, as well as in pretrial settlement negotiations with respondents. Also, the attorney was a summer associate for 3 months, from May 2015 to July 2015, conducted research on a wide range of legal issues, from antitrust law, sanctions investigations and enforcement, environmental law, financial institutions regulation, and pro bono criminal defense. Do you think this is just a coincidence that the attorney has worked on regulations and settlements in the past? I don't think so. There must be something brewing behind the scenes that we, the public, don't know yet. We're seeing new attorneys, so this show is about to get even crazier. XRP Productions shared a very interesting tweet, guys. He says, so let me get this straight. You guys had an Ethereum ICO in 2014, raised millions a year before you had a functional blockchain, have made billions since then, but the SEC went after Ripple instead of you? Legends. It just doesn't make sense how the SEC could overlook this and instead choose to go after XRP. There is only one explanation for that. XRP is the chosen one. Disclosed TV tweeted, new United Kingdom's PM Boris Johnson says, G7 nations must build back better in a greener, more gender-neutral, and perhaps a more feminine way. The key word here being greener. We have been talking about the greener economy, and now we are seeing more of these green narratives coming into play every day. Besides that, we have a regulatory plan that has been cooking. And as we can see from a tweet by Hester Pierce that says, here's on our regulatory agenda. Needless to say, it's not my ideal list, but I'm nevertheless looking forward to work time with my colleagues to produce the best rules possible. As we keep saying here, guys, you really need to watch out for these regulations as to when they finally come into play. A large percentage of these coins will disappear. And we're talking big numbers here, probably even 99% of the exciting coins. All of these events will likely happen at the same time. We will have the regulations, the reset, and all. But the most important thing is being ready for when it happens. It's also amazing to see how people who are pro-XRP are holding strong. The community is solid, and such are the things that will make XRP remain unshakable. A tweet from XRP Archives says, "If XRP price goes up, I make money. If it goes down, I'll increase my bag, so I'll make even more money in the future." A fucking win-win situation for me. Retweet if you're the same. I'm trying to see where my Marines are at. But at the end of the day, that's the game. And that's how it's played. We need to always look for those openings and stock up on some more XRPs, because when the XRP bull run strikes, it will do it hard. And who knows, it might make some overnight millionaires. We've been talking about the ban of cryptos time and again, but one important thing is just to remember when the news says banning cryptocurrencies, we need to distinguish here very carefully. XRP is a bridging asset. It will bridge all the money. Don't let it confuse you into believing it's a cryptocurrency. Brad Garlinghouse has said this numerous times, and it's good that you don't forget it. XRP is a digital asset. Another interesting tweet from BondCrypt mentions the ban of Bitcoin. Wow, we're seeing this a little too many times now. In his tweet, he highlights some news from Dutchnews.nl that says, "The Netherlands should ban Bitcoin," says government think tank chief Peter Haskamp, before the inevitable crash happens. According to some estimates, around 700,000 people in the Netherlands are currently investing in cryptocurrencies. Unlike in other countries, the Dutch authorities have been slow to legislate on cryptocurrencies, despite warnings by the CPB of its inherent bad money characteristics, such as fraud, criminal use, gambling addiction, financial instability, and the dependence on the huge amount of energy. Haskamp wrote in an essay for the Financieel Dagblad that lax approach to regulation is legitimizing cryptocurrencies. He said, "The longer we wait, the bigger the negative consequences of the inevitable crash." An immediate ban on the production, possession, and trade of cryptocurrencies could deprive them of their lifeblood, which its acceptance by others since it lacks intrinsic value, Haskamp said. Such a ban will be difficult to police, experts say, because cryptocurrencies are not issued by financial institutions and are traded internationally. That was the reason Finance Minister Wopke Hoekstra rejected a ban in 2018. According to some estimates, around 700,000 people in the Netherlands are currently investing in cryptocurrencies. XRP Crypto Wolf, in his tweet shared, TechCrunch founder Michael Arrington said him and his XRP VC fund are extremely loyal to Ripple and XRP and believe in that ecosystem. I doubt we would be seeing such influential people believe in Ripple and XRP this much if XRP was not the one. NaturalMed777 tweeted, "Do you hold a good bit of XRP, XLM, XDC, and Algo? Are you expecting FLR airdrop?" That's Flare. "Congratulations! You're most certainly a member of the new 1% who will soon be able to improve the world." At this time, I think every XRP holder should be preparing as if their life could change tomorrow. The relationships you have, what you are reading, watching, spending time on, should be in preparation for what's to come. Things could certainly change in the blink of an eye, and there is no better thing than being prepared for the changes to come. Are you guys prepared? Because, well, good things are looking closer on the horizon. Now let's take a look at the technical analysis. We're currently looking at the weekly time frame. For those who are unfamiliar, Flare Networks, flare.xyz is their website, is launching 2 weeks from the end of June. Flare is bringing a trustless way to issue assets on the XRPL and is enabling smart contracts for non-turning complete blockchains. From their launch, they are integrating XRP, LTC, XLM, and Doge. Many don't realize how huge this will be for the supported blockchains. XRP had its golden cross back in December and has maintained its bullish momentum ever since. Although the MACD is in the red for the past few weeks, I expect a turnaround in the next week or so and bring in some strong bullish divergence. My short-term targets are the 350 to 550 range within the next month, assuming we maintain the current trajectory. Looks to me that we're going to be maintaining this bullish momentum for a while, as long as this trend line continues to hold. Wicks into the trend line on the weekly are expected, but as long as the weekly candles close above, I will remain bullish. Not only are the weekly candle closes maintaining this trend line, but the RSI is also maintaining its own bullish trend line. Please keep in mind, we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Tell us what you think in the comment section below and let's have a conversation. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and click on that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.